Stephen A. just exposed Kevin Stefanski's entire agenda, and what he revealed about Shedeur Sanders will blow your mind.
That's not going to change your perspective. Here's my whole thing with you guys with this Shedeur and Stefanski situation. Stefanski can do no right by you guys in this situation.
That's not true.
No,
That's not true.
That's not.
And this man knows that Kevin Stefanski is a hell of a coach, okay? And he knows that. But the flip side to it, because he's so exceptional, there's a reality that comes with his position. Comes out there, he performed yesterday, you don't even say his name, you won't commit to him being the quarterback next week, even though Dylan Gabriel is still in concussion protocol, okay?
Optics showed that Kevin Stefanski does not want to see Shedeur Sanders win. When you give a person minimalistic opportunities in Shedeur Sanders, hey, if you would have gave half of the treatment that you've given Dylan Gabriel, what would that look like?
Kevin Stefanski might be deliberately holding Shedeur Sanders back. Sunday was supposed to be Shedeur's breakout moments, the fifth-round steal, who dropped way lower than anyone predicted. The kid who sat through draft night watching every other QB get called while he waited, probably thinking the entire league had gone crazy. This was his chance to make every team that passed on him look foolish.
Running away from it is Sanders. He's looking long. He's got a man caught at the 10-yard line. Bonds. He's down to the 1-yard line.
The Browns crushed the Raiders 24-10, ending a brutal 13-game road losing streak that had become a national joke. Shedeur lit it up for 220 yards, launched a 66-yard touchdown laser, the longest TD pass by any rookie all year, and became the first Browns rookie QB to win his first start since the 1990s. Read that again, the first since the 90s.
Like it is 1995. That was the last time a Browns rookie quarterback won his first career start in the NFL.
Think about that for a second. Baker Mayfield couldn't do it. Johnny Manziel definitely couldn't do it. None of Kevin Stefanski's previous 12 starting quarterbacks pulled off what Shedeur just did with 1 week of prep. After the win, Shedeur was fired up, emotional, and completely unapologetic about his swagger.
A win is crazy. It's amazing, you know, off of 1 week of practice, you know what I mean? Just 1 week of practice. So imagine, you know, what a full offseason look like. It get dangerous, but it's just a 1 week of practice, so I'm just truly thankful, you know, that everything happened.
1 single week of practice. While other rookies get full training camps, preseason games, and months to build timing with receivers, Shedeur got 7 days and somehow still looked sharper than Dylan Gabriel has all season. But here's where it gets interesting. Here's where Cam Newton looked at the whole situation and said what every Browns fan is thinking but won't say out loud. The evidence is absolutely damning when you connect the dots. Dylan Gabriel has been Stefanski's chosen one from jump. First-round pick, the golden child, the anointed starter. He got every single rep in camp, every snap with the starters, every chance to show out. And what did Cleveland get? Mediocrity, mistakes, a QB who looked lost and in over his head week after week. Meanwhile, Shedeur, they had him as QB4 at one point, 4th on the depth chart. On a franchise that's been starving for decent QB play for decades, they buried their 5th-round diamond so deep he needed a flashlight.
And then finally Wednesday we hear Shedeur Sanders is finally going to get reps with the first team, which hadn't happened in training camp, during the preseason, in the summertime, all season long. He comes out there, he performed yesterday, you don't even say his name, you won't commit to him being the quarterback next week, even though Dylan Gabriel is still in concussion protocol.
Dylan Gabriel gets knocked out with a concussion. Logic says you immediately name Shedeur the starter, right? Build his confidence, let him prepare properly, show him you've got his back. But nope, Stefanski played games, wouldn't name him starter until Wednesday, refused to commit publicly, kept everyone in the dark like this was some reality show instead of a desperate franchise searching for answers. And then, get this, after Shedeur goes out there and absolutely balls out, dropping dimes everywhere, making throws that had Myles Garrett celebrating like it's Christmas morning, what does Stefanski do? he still won't name him the starter for next week. Dylan Gabriel is stuck in concussion protocol. He might not even be cleared. And Stefanski still can't say Shedeur Sanders is his starting quarterback. What's going on here? Seriously, what is the play?
Hey, if we had this much excitement on the sideline, the players are responding differently. The fans are responding differently. Everybody is chiming in a little differently when this man is up under center. It's not like he's incapable, because he showed that.
Cam's absolutely right. The vibe in that stadium was electric. You could feel it through your TV screen. Browns fans haven't had real hope at quarterback since, honestly, who even knows when? And here comes this kid with style, confidence, and legit arm talent, throwing missiles downfield like Cleveland fans have been praying for. That 52-yard touchdown to Cedric Tillman, where Shedeur rolled right, dodged pressure, and fired a perfect strike, that's a throw Dylan Gabriel can't make in his dreams. The 66-yard swing pass that went to the house, that's pro-level arm strength and vision.
You know, arm talent was on display. I think Shedeur Sanders had 3 plays of 35-plus yards yesterday. Browns all year long from their quarterback position only had 1. And
3 explosive plays in one game. The entire Browns QB room had 1 explosive play all season before Shedeur arrived. But here's where the real drama explodes. And this is what got Stephen A. and Cam heated. Late in the game, Browns are in the red zone, goal line situation. Perfect chance to let your rookie QB get valuable experience. See how he handles the heat. See what kind of decisions he makes when space is tight and windows close fast. Instead, Stefanski yanks Shedeur and brings in Quinn Ewers to run Wildcat. They score the touchdown, sure, but at what price?
If you're 2-8 and you're not going anywhere, and you're trying to find out what your quarterback is made of, why would you take him out in that particular situation instead of finding out what he could give you at least one of those times? Why not?
Now, Damon Woody tried to defend it, saying running the ball is the safest way to score from the goal line. Valid point in theory. But this isn't theory. This is a 2-8 team with 0 playoff shot and a desperate need to figure out their future. You know what running Wildcat gets you? 6 points. Cool. You know what letting Shedeur run a play from the 1-yard line gets you? Answers, film study, reps, experience, everything a 5th-round rookie desperately needs. Cam Newton went off at this moment, and honestly, it was must-watch TV.
Abundantly clear that he's going to say the right things. He's going to put on and, oh yeah, well, we're making it about young man development. You're not making it about young man development. When you sit up here having a guy who's been up under your tutelage going on for 6 months and you haven't developed him the right way, Coach of the Year?
Facts. That's the real issue here. It's not just one questionable play call. It's the entire pattern. Refusing to give Shedeur first-team reps, hesitating to name him starter, being unable to even mention his name in press conferences, polling him in big moments. If you're serious about developing a young QB, you don't do any of that stuff. Look at how other franchises treat their rookie quarterbacks. Caleb Williams is getting every snap in Chicago. Drake May is getting real opportunities in New England. Bo Nix is starting every game in Denver. These teams invested in their rookies and fully committed to developing them regardless of results. Cleveland, they took Dylan Gabriel in the first round and apparently decided that Shedeur Sanders, considered the most NFL-ready QB in the draft by tons of scouts, wasn't worth their time. And maybe that's the real story. Ego, pride, the inability to admit that your 5th-round pick might be superior to your 1st-round golden boy. Because here's the uncomfortable reality nobody wants to face. Shedeur Sanders looks better than Dylan Gabriel right now. He looks calmer, more accurate, more confident. He's got a stronger arm, better pocket awareness, and that special it factor you simply can't coach.
And then you look at him. He's bigger than Dylan Gabriel. He clearly has a better arm, can spread the field better, can throw the deep ball.
The tape doesn't lie, and Browns fans aren't clueless. They see it. The players see it. Just watch Myles Garrett's reaction on that bomb. Even opposing defenses probably see it. The only person who seems blind to it? Kevin Stefanski. Now, is it fair to say Stefanski is actively cheering against Shedeur? That might be pushing it. But is it fair to question whether his choices are being affected by things beyond pure football talent? Absolutely. when you consistently refuse to give a talented player chances despite obvious ability, what else should we think?
If you would have gave half of the treatment that you've given Dylan Gabriel, what would that look like?
The most damaging evidence, Stefanski's history with quarterbacks. Baker Mayfield started hot under Stefanski, then everything fell apart. Deshaun Watson has been a complete mess. Jacoby Brissett, Joshua Dobbs, Joe Flacco, the quarterback carousel never stops. And now we're watching history repeat itself with Shedeur. The kid walked into his first press conference and dropped a line that should be hanging in every room at the Browns facility.
What's your play today?
I'm who they've been looking for. Appreciate it.
Not, I hope to earn my spot. Not, I'm grateful for the chance. He said, I'm who they've been looking for. That's the swagger Cleveland desperately needs. That's the attitude missing from this franchise since they came back into the league. And after the victory, Shedeur got emotional.
So a lot of people want to see me fail, and it ain't gonna happen.
This kid has been doubted his entire journey. Too short, too cocky, Deion's son, so he must be spoiled. Dropped to the 5th round because teams overthought everything. And now he's in Cleveland trying to rescue a franchise that's been desperately searching for QB competence, and his own head coach won't fully back him. The irony is crushing. Stephen A. summed it up perfectly.
We got a right to sit up there and say 1 + 1 might equal 2. Might equal 2. I mean, damn, we can't do that?
No, Stephen A. Apparently in Cleveland, simple logic is debatable. Here's what should happen. What has to happen. Kevin Stefanski needs to walk into that facility tomorrow, look Shedeur Sanders straight in the eye, and tell him he's the starting quarterback for the rest of the year. Done. No hesitation. No, we'll see how it goes. No keeping Dylan Gabriel warm on the bench. You commit fully. You develop aggressively. You find out what you've got. Because here's the brutal truth. The Browns aren't competing for anything this season. They're not sniffing the playoffs. This isn't about chasing a championship. This is about discovering if Shedeur Sanders is your franchise quarterback. And if Kevin Stefanski can't do that, if he can't give his most talented QB the shot he's earned, then maybe Cam Newton is spot on. Maybe there is something deeper happening here. Maybe Kevin Stefanski doesn't want to see Shedeur Sanders win. And if that's the reality, if a coach of the year is letting ego or pride or plain stubbornness block his team's future, then Cleveland has a way bigger issue than just quarterback struggles. They have a coaching problem. The clock is running. The Browns have 7 games remaining. Shedeur Sanders just proved he belongs at this level. The fans are demanding him. The players are energized by him. The entire city is buzzing in a way it hasn't in forever. The only question remaining is whether Kevin Stefanski will make the obvious call or whether he'll prove Cam Newton right. Because right now, the look, it's terrible. And in the NFL, perception eventually becomes truth.